sun is down, freezing cold.
And with mandates to stay inside becoming the new norm, people aren't driving or flying. Given this, Stanford Earth Systems professor Marshall Burke raised an interesting question.
Ignoring for a moment all the terrible disruption happening from the virus itself, what might be the air pollution benefits, if you will, of this economic slowdown?
Massive, it turns out. The World Health Organization estimates that outdoor air pollution kills 4.2 million people every year. But as people stay home, these last 2 months have seen a huge uptick in air quality. Estimate, this change has saved 50,000 lives in China. But scientists like Burke hope that by talking about the lives saved from cleaner air, they can raise awareness about just how dangerous more subtle, insidious threats like air pollution can be. And then once the virus is contained, maybe some positive mindsets and habits will arise from the disruption.
So I hope people are recognizing that there are different ways to live. We might not need as much as we thought we needed.
The take is absolutely not that there is a silver lining to epidemics. Epidemics are terrible, but maybe they help us also learn about things we do in our everyday lives that could be improved.
It can be shocking to realize that millions die every year from bad air. Because unlike a pandemic, smog and soot are slow killers. The effects build over time until an individual eventually dies from cardiovascular or respiratory distress. After the Chinese economy ground to a halt, PM 2.5 levels rapidly decreased by about 20%. Satellite images from NASA reveal proof of this significant drop in China, as well as in Italy, now considered the center of the global crisis. Major U.S. cities like Los Angeles, Seattle, and New York are also seeing major shifts, with researchers at Columbia University calculating that carbon monoxide emissions in New York City are down by over 50%. One unexpected effect of this rapid shutdown has been that Venice's typically murky canals are running clear for the first time in years, as boats are no longer kicking up sediment from the ground. This doesn't necessarily indicate that the water quality has improved, but it still served as a powerful reminder to many of what our cities would look like without tourism. Air quality, though, has undoubtedly improved. And while there's no data yet on how many Italian lives this has saved, it's likely significant. The country has some of the worst air pollution in the European Union, leading to over 60,000 deaths per year. In the US, where about 200,000 people die from air pollution yearly, an unknown number of lives are also being spared. So where does that leave us? To put it simply,
breathing bad air is really bad. Epidemics are also really bad, so we should keep both of those things in mind. The risk is these numbers look like a cost-benefit calculation of an epidemic, and that's absolutely not what they were meant to be. But hopefully once the epidemic subsides, it would also be useful to think what we learn more broadly about what changes in our economic behavior we can learn from this.
And as governments scramble for ways to stimulate the flagging global economy, advocates like Bhuvi hope they do so with an eye towards environmental responsibility.